So hello guys, this is my hair. It looks pretty wet. It's not hair gel, guys. It's actually sweat. And there's like a thing up there. Just don't worry about it. I will be talking about my hockey team, and it's the Sabres. This is in reverse, but it says Sabres. There's a Sabres logo on it. So I'm on the Sabres hockey team. And so, yeah. Still haven't won a game. And I'm still pretty mad about it. That I haven't won a game. It's been like over a year now because that video that I published, that was 10.5 months. It was actually more closer to 10 3/4 of a month. So I just decided to round to 10.5. And then the 11 months passed. There was this one game that I thought I was going to win, but it was tied 1-1 against, I'm Team 2 Sabres, and the other team's Team 1 Sabres that we were versing. It was tied 1-1. My goalie made a save, and then someone else on the other team poked at it. The ref should have blew the whistle, but they decided not to. And then since that guy poked at it, it went in. I don't know if that story is true that he poked at it, but that's what the goalie said. I'm not sure. It might have been like it had like he covered it and it had a funny bounce off of his leg or something. But that goal was a bad goal. It ended up being the game-winning goal, and yeah. And recently we had some pretty close games up until our last. Wait, before this, so we had my team had a hockey tournament in St. Louis, but I didn't go there because of, I remember I kept asking my dad, can we go to the hockey tournament? Can we go to the hockey tournament? And then the last day, I had a swim meet and a hockey tournament the same weekend. For just one day, only one day I said swimming. And my dad, of course, had to overeat that one last swimming day over like the past 2 weeks I've been begging to go to the hockey tournament. So apparently the last day equals 15 days in my dad's brain because I'd been asking my dad to go to the tournament for the past 14 days. And then the 15th day, he just pretends that I said that for 15 days. Sorry that fell. And yeah, it was up. And of course, there were 4 games. My team won 2 of them. When my dad told me the news, I was pretty upset because at that point it was around 11 1/4 of a month. And it all came down to our last real game of the season on Saturday. We were feeling good, and I remember we scored to take the lead 1-0, and then shortly after, I was on the ice, but the other team scored, and I don't think it was my fault. And then I was on the ice. That same guy who scored the first goal scored the second goal. And I remember, I think that the guy who scored got off the ice. And I just had this weird, strange feeling that I kind of thought that we'd get scored on during that shift. I stayed on. We did get scored on. And the final score was a tie 2-2. And we didn't win the game. We tied. And that's not a win. It's a tie. And because I'm sweating, I had a hockey game. It was a scrimmage, not a game. And it was against that Team 1 team that we talked about earlier. And I got a hat trick. But this is a scrimmage. It's not an actual game. It means you get 3 goals. I think there was the second goal, the third goal, and the 6th goal. Then we got 2 more goals, and then we were losing 9-8 because of the other team had some really good players, but we still fought back, even though I was a really good player and someone else was a pretty good player, and we had some other players. There was this one guy that never passed, and we got scored on because of one of his bad incidences. And I remember we were losing 9-8. I got the puck. There was only one defense doing a good job. Someone else saw me. They skated up to me. It was a 2-on-1. That defenseman went to my right, I don't know why, and then I just decided to go a bit to my left. I went back to where I was before. The goalie went speeding out of his crease. Like he was in his net, and he started running out of the net, and then he stacked his pads, and he was getting kind of close to me. I was looking at the puck. I looked up, and he was like 1.5 meters away from me, and I was thinking, well, next thing you know, he trips me, I go flying, and then someone else gets it. It was offsides. If you don't know what that is, you don't have to know. But the coaches were the refs. They didn't call the offsides, and it should have been a penalty shot for me. A penalty shot is if it's like a penalty, you like trip someone, and then you go into this box called a penalty box. And I should have got a penalty shot. But penalty shots are when you're on a breakaway and the person behind you like does something to you which makes you fail the breakaway. Then you get a penalty shot. Which a penalty is, it's a 5-on-4. So instead of it being 5-on-5, someone has to sit in the bench. And the penalty shot is everyone gets off the ice and there's one player out, the person that was on the breakaway and got tripped. So he has a breakaway and he could do whatever he wants on the goalie. It's like a shootout if you've heard of a shootout. It's exactly like that, pretty much. And you just go in and try to score. So that goalie obliterated me, but since it's a scrimmage, it's not a game, no penalty shot, and by the way, we have like 2 more minutes before the game ends. They did not give me a penalty shot, which I am pretty mad about that. And he hit, and someone else on my team got a penalty shot. I don't remember what happened, but yeah. And also, so if you've ever heard of the really good NHL goalie, Dominic Hasek, search up Dominic Hasek trips. Like Dominic Hasek trips, just search that up, and it would show a clip that was similar to what happened. So yeah, bye.